So the same mistakes are quite inevitable. That's the truth. But when it comes to choices, you have a role to play in the choices you make. Talking about the Osman investors, a lot of people have made drastic mistakes in their investment journey this year, 2025, and that's what we'll be talking about in today's episode of our TPL series. Welcome back to an amazing edition of our TPL series, proudly sponsored by ThankGod Properties Limited. In this episode, we're talking about the costly mistakes some smart investors have made in 2025 and something that should never repeat in the coming year. And joining me in this conversation this morning is a beautiful, sweet, dashing young lady seated right beside me, the person I've always been doing this with, Miss Bess. Good morning and welcome to
Good
TBL
morning.
Series.
Thank you so much.
So, talking about the costly mistakes some smart investors have made, you believe that in a space of 12 months,
Yeah.
we're still in November, right?
Yeah,
That's
that's 11
11
months
months.
instead of 12. Yeah.
We've heard a lot of things
Very much.
because we are in this business, real estate business. So we hear stories, even if they don't come to us directly, we've seen it online. People complain every day
About
about
one of the
some mistakes,
experience.
yes,
Yeah.
are the experiences. So can you just tell us one or two if you've heard anything whatsoever? The costly mistakes, like the regret some of our smart investors have encountered so far.
Costly mistake. There are a lot of mistake that our clients or one or two investors have actually faced that they wish that it never happened to them.
Sure.
That, the first mistake, like I really call this to be number one, is because investor always have this mindset or they're always expecting that the land appreciates immediately they acquire it
Oh.
without understanding the long-term value of real estate. They
Mhm.
just want someone is getting a property that around 2 million this day on 21st of August, and they are believing on the 30th of August this property should be 5 million. So they don't understand the long-term value. And when you try to explain this value to them, they don't want to. Some investors just don't. They don't just want to listen. They are just backing that it is supposed to appreciate. So their
Okay.
mindset is, let me get this one the next 1 month, 2 months, let me just sell it off when the value, and
Mm,
they don't understand this value.
they don't understand the time it
Yeah.
takes for these properties to appreciate. Okay, well, don't you think it's a two-way thing? Because sometimes the information the consultants give them is totally wrong. Probably at that verge of closing the deal, you now come and make unrealistic promises that, oh, if you get this property today, in 2 months,
In two
in
months'
3 months,
time,
it's going to be this price,
which
and you
which
can always flip
yeah,
it.
which will
It
lead me to my second mistake,
okay.
because most investors actually believe hearsay. They believe what people are saying. They don't
Mhm.
consult from a professional
Okay.
before making a decision.
Yeah, that's
Because the
true.
truth is the fact that if you consult from a professional, they tell you the fact about this investment, how long it's going to take for you to appreciate in 3 months time, in 6 months time, in 1 year time. They give you the percentage and everything, so they just believe from everyone. So okay, this person is saying that, people consultant, they have sweet mouth.
Of
Actually, they want
course.
you to get this property now,
Sure.
now, now, so they can just tell you like in next 3 days, in next 4 days, this property is appreciated. They will now use common stories that are real, that
Mm-hmm.
somebody got this property at 800,000, and before the person knew, the property is now selling for 2 million. So it's already capturing them emotion, and they say, okay, if this person could get it 800 and 2 million, that is 1.2 million. And if I can get it for 2 million in next 3 to 4 days, I can be selling it for four
4 million
million And they'll
naira.
not still come and meet the company back to even sell it.
Sell for them like we manufacture clients, right?
Exactly.
Another thing is, I don't know how those consultants view business, real
Yeah.
estate consultants. Sometimes, like I said, because I've witnessed it, a client of mine came to me and said, oh, this is what this client, this realtor told me, this is what this consultant told me, that if I could get it in a couple of months, it's going to skyrocket to this price and I'll,
Yeah.
get my money back and all of that. These things are not realistic. So the consultants, they have a role to play to
To
be
tell them,
truthful.
yeah,
That's why I love medical doctors, right? Like in their profession, you know that they don't have any reason to paint the truth,
of
right?
course,
If
of
you go to a
course.
medical practitioner and there's an issue health wise, they will tell you professionally that, oh, this is it, this is it, in the best way available. Like at that point, they'll tell you, oh, this is a medical situation, this is
Yeah.
how we'll tackle it. There's no need to paint things at that point. But I've seen in real estate that in a bid to close a sale,
Yes. Yes.
you see consultants and some companies too, some real estate companies
They say
making
things,
unreliable,
yeah, that are not real.
unrealistic
Yeah.
promises, which is not true. And at the end of the day, you mislead these
You mislead
clients.
the
And
client.
at the end of the day, it's as if they regret ever investing in
They
real estate. So
regret
if
ever.
it's going to take me like 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years to get my return back,
Let me be
what's the big
aware.
deal? Let me be
Yeah.
aware. Let me
So that
already
I'll
have my
know where
mindset
I'm
that
actually why
mhm,
how my money is going to come back to me.
exactly, that's
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
Because most clients actually don't want to go into land banking. That will take a long period of time.
Sure.
Some of them just want to go into land that can appreciate faster. And those kind of area are developed area.
Hmm.
Yes, in a developed area, yes, because of the development that is already in this place, it can actually affect the price faster
Of
than
course.
this developing area.
Yes,
So
that's the truth.
yeah, but when a client is now telling them my budget is 5 million and you need an area that is developing that it can appreciate faster. So now this consultant in that scenario now start pitching area that he knows fully well that in the next 1 year, the development is not going to be faster the way the client wants it. And he's persuading the client to come and get it. And the client doesn't make his proper finding because he just feel like, and most of them don't want to come through a real estate company.
Hmm.
They just want to go through
Family.
families, they want to go through real
Mm,
estate company. And when they invest their money into that property, they start regretting that they can't sell the property again, that the
mm,
property is just there, just stagnant, they can't sell
mm,
it. And
mm.
as for them, they have this much regret.
Yeah, that's and another thing, another regret that some of our clients have faced in 2025, which I pray it doesn't repeat
In
itself 25
2026.
2026 rather, is the idea of not doing your due diligence.
Due
It's as if people
diligence,
don't even
yeah.
understand this due diligence thing. It's as if it's just a norm, something that you can just say. You don't even know the meaning. You don't know the
They
extent
just know the word.
at which it could help you tomorrow. Have you even heard of stories that people? I have someone that said, "Okay, I'm going to tell a story." Someone, a relative of I know very well, consultant. She's very good at what she does.
Yeah.
She posted a property.
Okay.
She posted a property at Rokoku. That property is at Rokoku.
Yeah.
And someone now said, okay, I think someone now reposted someone reposted her the property too on
Yeah.
her wall, a friend of mine. And a client of mine saw it and called and said, please, you know this person, tell her to bring that property down. Tell her to bring that thing down. Because
Wow.
this is a property that my colleague has gone to inspect. That property is in dispute. She didn't believe it. The only thing that made her believe and finally she brought that post down was when the man started mentioning the name of
Of
the
the
people
property.
involved. She was like, how did
And
you
she's a
know? And she's
consultant.
a consultant. So
Wow.
she doesn't know
So then she did not even do her findings before she
because
posted.
these things have put people there. A lot of people are behind bars because they didn't do their
They
due
did do the
diligence.
due
Yes,
diligence.
you
Yeah.
won't ask the right questions, and at the end of the day, nobody wants to part with, even if it's 1,000 naira, because the economy is not smiling. So if
Of
I could get
course.
my hard-earned money and you're joking with me and you play with my resources because you're giving me fake property, I will lock you, my dear.
Of course.
You will be behind bars. So that is what a costly mistake a lot of smart investors have made. They don't do their due diligence. They go ahead and buy these properties, and at the end of the day, they have regrets.
They
We
have
have people that
regrets.
have died.
Exactly. Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
So due diligence can
It
never
can
be
never be
over
overemphasized.
emphasized when it
Yeah.
comes to investing in real estate. Ask the right question. We
Yeah.
always say,
Ask the right
ask your
question.
surveyor,
Yeah.
ask your
Your
lawyer.
lawyer.
Even if I used to say it, even at the point of signing your
Yeah,
taking
to
your receipt for
read
payment.
everything. Yeah. Do your
I don't want to talk about something that happened some months ago where a client walked in. I was just asking her two questions. I said, "Ah, madam, boy, you were here. You asked her the questions. You were here.
you feel
We
the
gave you the FAQ." He said, "No, I didn't. I didn't pay attention. I was busy enjoying the malt and the chinchin you
and
people gave
not.
me." I'm like, and you did not
She
read
just feel that name.
and
She didn't read
sign.
the terms and
Oh,
condition, and now she's not arguing.
oh, please, that's not supposed to repeat itself in 2026. So you must ask the right questions, do your due diligence. At the point where you don't know, that's why you have consultants,
That is
right?
why you have not in this scenario now. That
Mhm.
is why investors naturally trust first of all the consultant before the real estate company. So now, if you want to put it in this way, now a consultant that is working for 10 to 5 to 6 several real estate company, you can agree to the fact that one or two can be actually really, but he's just feeling like I can work for everyone, and he
Yeah.
forgets to do his due diligence for everyone. And this investor is not trusting you based on maybe the first one you carried him to was real and everything, and you didn't do diligence for this other one now, and you're carrying him to this other property. Now he's not going to do the diligence because one, he has not trust you. So now
Yes.
this is not to the consultant, because most persons just want to put their eggs in so many
Many
baskets. So as
baskets.
you are doing that, do your due diligence so that next year the investors will not be at your neck saying that you gave them a wrong
Wrong
property.
information.
Yeah,
Now, this is not to discredit anyone. In the real estate industry, it's like there's no real like
particular set.
certification
Yeah,
for you to be a consultant. So you
yes,
can
yes,
just
yes.
up and get the basic knowledge and you're already marketing real estate. So it's okay to work for many brands, right? If you like, if you can do it, if you can work comfortably for 10
10
brands,
brands. You're
it's
good to
fine.
go.
But all you need to do is to get the right knowledge. Ensure you're telling your clients the
The
right
right
thing.
thing. And what ensure you're working for the right
Right,
brand.
right brand,
So
yes,
so it won't affect
yes.
your reputation.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
because this consultant, these clients, they know next to nothing about real estate. We have some newbies, they don't even know anything about real estate. So
Yeah.
whatever you tell them is basically what they would go with. Remember, in our last episode, we said something talking about this due diligence and all of that.
Yes, yes,
There's
yes.
some real estate companies, they've already done all those things. That's why you don't pay for matching ground, you don't pay all those things. So when a consultant is talking to a client believes verbatim
Yeah.
everything you're telling the person. And do you think is it right? So after, like you, if your client comes to you and you tell the client everything, do you think that information is enough for the person to just go ahead and buy that property, or the person needs to do something extra?
Okay. To me, I would say it's not right. Which will lead me to my next point of regret. Actually believing everything without you making your own verification and making payments.
Mm. Hmm.
Because if, like from the example you said, a consultant is meeting me now and is telling me every single thing about my real estate company, this is my real estate company, this is our property, blah, 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 and everything. And first of all, there's no trust based on both of us. Even though let me say I know you a while ago, this is your hard earned money. So the first thing, you come to the company, you check out the company, you check if this company is even registered, if they are real, if they've done business with other set of persons and there's no issue, there's no court case. Then from there you go to the site, you check out the land you want to. If this land now is doesn't have any issue thereabout, so just do your own finding so that you actually have your own peace of mind, not just what the consultant or the client or the person is saying.
Yeah, and another regret is I always emphasize that physical site inspection is key.
It's key.
It's very, very important. So we have the scenario where a client has been complaining, well, he told me it's 5 minutes.
5 minutes drive from the
He
international
told me
airport.
it's 5 minutes drive from some place. I always say that pictures and videos can be
That they
very
can actually
deceiving,
deceive.
right?
Yeah.
So physical site inspection is very, very important. That's one huge mistake some clients make, and they've made it a whole lot in this 2025, which
Yeah.
should not repeat next year. If you want to get a property at that point where you're not physically available in that location, you have people that can always stand in for you.
Yes.
Go and see these places, get to know the landmarks. It's not as if, of course, pictures are there, you can send you videos just at the start of the conversation,
For
but
you to
it's
see the
very, very
property.
important that you make out time and come and see these properties. People have not, a lot of clients didn't go for site inspection, so at the end
Yeah.
of the day, when they now see probably the survey plan or anything that shows the exact. He said, no, it's not what you told me, but he said this in so and so place. I said, sir, okay, why didn't you come? We've had cases where you didn't come for side inspection, you paid. So on the day of our location, you're shouting, you're trying
That
to
is
make,
not what you
eh, well, you told me so and so. I said, but
even
you,
in that scenario,
mhm,
because most times we will not dispute the fact that there are some international investors that will be unable to come, or
sure,
maybe they don't have people around to come for this property. As long as you are doing with a trusted brand, you are good to go. But in that scenario, no, most investors don't ask the right question. They
Mhm.
just ask up question and leave the important question out of the game. And when they are faced with some unrealistic situation that they can't even handle it any longer, they feel like the real estate company have scammed them. So in that scenario, asking the right question, even know what to ask, know
That's
what
it.
to ask.
You know why I wouldn't blame the clients into to for that
Yeah,
for this thing, because it is the duty of a consultant or the real estate company to educate their clients. You don't expect me to know some crucial things about
sometimes
real estate. Yes. So you at that point of convincing the client to get a property, I think you should be able to spell it out. Leave no stone unturned. Tell the person everything he or she needs to know about the property.
about the property.
Because
Yeah,
even if you forget to ask any question, go ahead. Because I don't want it to, like we talked about this thing in some of our previous episodes.
episode.
Said
Yeah,
it is high time you start seeing this as uh, elevating or helping mankind, not just profits,
of course.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
So
spoke
it's not
about it.
about you collecting the money
The
and just
money, but
bagging
helping
it
them,
up.
educating them about it all.
Tell them everything they need to know so that that trust will be built.
Yeah,
Because if we don't do that tomorrow, now talking about clients that are away that might not really
yeah,
need to, most people just buy it for investment purposes. They don't want to
investment
live there.
purpose.
They don't want to develop.
Yeah,
That's fine. But I'm talking about those people that want something extra, that wouldn't make out time for site inspection, or you won't send a representative. At the end of the day, you're disappointed. So why don't you just save yourself that stress and
stress
find your way to the
to
office?
the office.
These site inspections are totally free. All you need to do is just to turn up, show up, and you'll
Are
be
totally free.
taking
No, but there are
to.
some companies that actually still take money for site
I didn't know
inspection.
about it, but
That's
ours is totally free,
That's some.
and
I
that's it.
actually was going through something online, yeah, and I saw it. I sat inspection 15,000. The other one was saying 50K. The
Yeah.
other one was saying I saw it, and I
It's
was
fine because
just
these clients will stress you.
and now that
This
the economy is very
ah,
very good,
after all, it's your property. If you want to go see it, you got to drop
of
something. I
course.
hope you're getting value, anyways. Thank you. This is still TPL series. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back after this short commercial.
3 months ago, Emeka watched people buy land at Rumakonde. He had the money, but he hesitated. 3 million naira felt too big for him at the time. But today, the same land sells for 5 million naira, and the price keeps increasing every day. That's not just a proof of appreciation, that's a proof that smart investors move early. Welcome to ThankGod Mega City, a fast developing estate strategically located at Rumakonde, off East West Road. Just a few minutes drive from Uniport, UPTH, the police headquarters, and ROSC Social Science Faculty. Every plot comes with a CFO, a deed of conveyance, and a registered survey plan, giving you a full peace of mind and a complete ownership security. And now, the opportunity gets even better with our jolly sales offer. When you buy a piece of property from ThankGod Properties, you don't just invest, you celebrate. Get rewarded with amazing gift offers like smart TV, refrigerator, cash vouchers, and many more. Don't wait for the next price increase. Secure your plots now with ThankGod Mega City. To secure your slots with ThankGod Mega City, click on the link below.
Okay, welcome back to TPL series. We are still here talking about the costly mistakes some
Mistakes
clients have made in 2025.
25.
A lot of mistakes, a lot of regrets, a lot of cries. But I hope you don't want to be that client in 2026. So, still talking about it, we have said a couple of things, and it's very disheartening,
Yeah.
especially in our society today.
Yes.
Another thing, Miss Best, this is heartbreaking
Okay.
because I'm very empathetic. That's how I love my clients. I'm so empathetic when I hear the stories. So how can someone spend so much to get a property and tomorrow you're telling the person that land grabbers, land grabbers took this property. And these clients will never
You will
listen.
not
You
listen.
will not listen that there are areas you shouldn't go to. Sometimes when you're trying to educate these clients, they think, oh no,
No.
because you want to sell your own property, or you want me to
Don't
buy
you
from
have to
you.
stop. You are sending me too
Yes,
much messages. Don't call me. When I'm ready,
yes, I'll
I'll
come.
just come.
I'll come. At the end of the day, they enter the wrong. I've had someone this land grabbing thing.
Uh-huh.
No, you're selling for 10 million. No, I
I
saw
know
it 3 million somewhere.
that is going to where it's cheap without
Yes. At the end of the day,
feel so much
the
regret.
property is lost. We heard that people took the land.
Yeah,
It's a huge regret. I don't know if you've ever heard that story in
of
2025.
course,
I've
of
heard it
course. Yeah,
countless times, and it's very, very bad.
yes, yes, yes. I told you in one of our episode, the episode we were talking about scam thereabout.
Yes,
I told you
yes.
about the man that I met that said that he preferred buying from
From family.
communities,
Yes,
family
yes.
instead of a real estate company. Understand? And the fact that most of them want this property cheap. Understand? So when the real estate company is telling them that this price is 20 million and you are seeing in this place this price is 18 million, 15 million, you understand? They just feel that real estate company is cheating them, forgetting the fact that most of that company don't even take you don't pay for inspection, you don't pay machine grant, you don't pay for
Bush
documentation, you don't pay
entry,
bush entry. But
survey
you are going to the
plan
community,
to
you will still pay
all
all
this
these things.
extra.
And at the ending of it all, imagine you now get from someone that is already having issue. Understand? The person is already having problem. So your 18 million now will now multiply times 10 to
That's
solve the
true.
problem. Like the
That's true.
story I said, is it in our last episode about the man that sold his property for three set of persons? They've arrested him, but nobody have that property.
Of course, because the same document you gave A,
Eh,
B
eh,
has it. So
so who
who will
will
claim
that? Of
ownership?
course. And the man
Ah,
is in prison. So how will he even refund their money back to them? So he's just there. They are the one that lost it big time. Big time. And in aspect of someone choosing a cheap property, they don't just even look at the value of the property. They
oh,
don't look at the location. They just want this property is so cheap, let's go for it. They don't look at the value or the development that will come in, that will keep, because it's this development that helps this property to appreciate. So that in tomorrow, when you want to sell it, that you are selling something more valuable.
right. That brings me to the next thing I need to talk about. It's about um another thing that has affected clients in 2025. So you just want to invest in real estate and you
Yeah.
say, please give me a place that is 1.5. You don't come down to ask what is the
Yes,
development vision
yes,
of this
yes.
place?
They just say,
What do I stand
I
to
want this
gain? I
location.
want
I don't
property.
want this other location. I,
Yes.
ah,
Why? Because you don't even understand the location, you don't understand the development rate, you don't know anything, you just put in your money. You understand? And
yes,
tomorrow you're thinking of you want miracle to happen
had to
and you
happen.
get so return. Like, it doesn't happen that way. Before you get a property, please don't make this mistake next year. Ask your consultants, please, what is the development rate for this place in the
Particular
next 2 years
place.
or
Yeah.
3 years? That's why if it has longer term, you can buy it in the name of your children, because if they're quite young before they get to adulthood,
18,
of
yeah,
course
it
that
has
place must have
increased more
appreciated
value.
for you. But if you want something immediate, there are other places you can invest in. So you can't just expect that you will use probably 1 million and buy in Eneka and wait for miracle to happen. It doesn't work that way.
No,
Do you
no, no, no,
understand?
no.
Because
Yeah,
the people that started investing many, many years ago, they are the ones benefiting now. But that
yeah.
doesn't mean that you are late. You're not late. In 2026, as you're wrapping up 2025, as you're entering 2026, ensure you know the area you're investing in and what you stand to gain in the very, very in the specified time frame. Don't expect miracle to happen. It doesn't work that way in real estate time, because here we don't do it. We don't do emotions. We do facts in real estate. But there's practically nothing we can do if your investment is not you. There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
All we need to do is just to tell, because we have clients that will come and tell you, oh, I bought like this. I want to sell like this. It doesn't work that way.
Yes, yes,
These
yes,
are
yes.
facts.
It's
So it
fact.
has to be we have to be realistic. We don't do
Yeah,
emotions when
yeah.
it comes to real
No,
estate.
if
Yeah.
you see, there are some, let's say, very good investors. When you tell them about, let me just use a practical example. When you tell someone that the budget is 2 million thereabout, and a consultant is actually telling you about a particular place to invest, like a share, you say, no, I
Hmm.
don't want to go to
It's
this particular
bush.
place. So it's bush, so
Hmm.
it's this, so it's that. Oh. And now you find out those investors will not invest that money. they want to go and use it for other stuff. Then in 5 years, in 6 years to come, when there's development around this place, when this place now have value, they now say, I wish I got in this property. I wish I got in this property. Because that is what a lot of persons say this year.
Of course, that's one
That
of
was
the
one of the
biggest
major. They say,
regrets.
no, I don't want to
Yes.
go. Rather, do you know that my part? They say, I want to go to, there was someone I met, Eneka Igrita. Yes. The person say, want to buy property at Eneka Igrita at 3 million. Yes, 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 yes. The person told me 3 million at Eneka Igrita. I just
You didn't tell the person, newsflash, this is 2025 and not 1985.
what is the person they will not tell that there was in those days and the car was 800,000 and the car was 500,000. Why did they not get it when it was 800,000? They were saying they are this set of person that were saying that is bush, is bush, is bush. Like people that say that all the time. You are telling us that it's 5 minutes drive from the international airport. Don't worry, don't get it. When you see development around that place, you wish you had gotten it
Earlier. That's very, very bad. And that's one of the biggest regrets our clients
very, very, very
have
big
all
regret.
faced. So when someone is telling you something and you've seen that these people have a track record of excellence and
Yeah.
they've delivered maximally their promises, you should be able to listen and understand the perspective you're coming from. So we can't see probably something that is wrong and expect you as our esteemed client to go into it. So whatever we tell you is the best thing we feel is for you. That's one thing I always tell consultants. Listening skill has always been my thing.
Yeah.
So when I
Yeah.
meet a client, I have a conversation with you. I understand what you really want. I understand what you need at that point in time, and I'll match it with your budget, and I'll give you the best pick. So there's no need to paint it. If you don't have 25 million to go for a urban prime, that doesn't mean you won't get it tomorrow. So, but what you can afford right now, so that you don't miss out entirely.
Don't miss out entirely.
Yes,
That is just it.
go there. You're still a smart investor,
In the year
regardless. I don't know. That's
2025.
just
Yeah.
it.
In this aspect, early this year, January, when you are meeting people and telling them about your land investment, and they'll tell you, okay, we are going to invest middle of the year, and they'll still have this the price of the land in their yes.
That's another huge mistake.
It's a huge mistake.
Yes.
Now, in the middle of the year, you meet them. They say they're trying to start gather themselves. Ending of the year, and ending of the year now, where some of them will not come, and most of them that come are just few of them. When they will not come now, they will not come with that initial price. The first price you told them that it was going for 1.5. They will not come. They want to even buy it. Not even 1.5. Some of them are very funny. They say someone enter my DM and I say want to buy 10 to sell it for 1 million. Not even 1.5. One
Yes.
so not getting it
Real estate always appreciates. It doesn't wait.
It's always
It doesn't
appreciate.
wait
Yeah.
for you. In as much as it doesn't like go like that, but it can never be the same price of last year.
It can never.
That's one thing you must note. So for you to avoid such regrets, when you have the opportunity, go ahead and invest in real estate.
Then
So
I'm actually going to say this one because in that scenario now whereby the client is unable to actually get that property at the price they had in mind now, and some company like us now that is doing 40% slash sale, most of them will not still get it.
they won't.
They will not. Now that is remaining how many days? This six or five?
6 days,
Yeah,
6
6
days,
days to
6
go.
days,
They will
6
not
days.
still get it, and they're the one that was actually agitating that let's cut the price. Let's cut the price. Now we've cut the price. When your DM telling you that come and buy this property. This property is around this amount right now. They'll not tell you they are coming, and
The truth is that the bills never finish.
it's
So
never
the
finished.
earlier, the
The
better.
better. Yeah.
Please, I don't want you, because we love you here at ThankGod Properties Limited. We don't want you to have the same regrets next year.
Yes.
Please, if you're listening to us and have had lots of regrets in 2025, it's fine to make bad choices, but it's much, much better to retrace and say,
Yeah.
oh, I won't make that same mistake again.
Yes.
That's why we are making this video, to tell you that mistakes are okay. We are all human.
Yeah.
We are tend to make mistakes.
Yes,
So
of
as a smart
course.
investor, it's fine, but don't repeat it next year. We are here more than willing to educate you, more than willing to serve you good deals. And even as 2025 is winding up, it's not too late to
It's
also
not too late.
invest,
Of course,
right?
it's not too late. Yeah.
Like we said, the 14% slash sales we are running currently, we have 6 days to wrap it up. So you can always also be a beneficiary. You
Of
can
it.
also be a smart investor and clear whatever bad experiences we've had since January.
Yeah.
So thank you all for having us today. Thank you for tuning in to this amazing episode of our TPL series, where we share everything real estate. So if you have anything to say about real estate, if you have any story to share, if you have anything to ask, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. And do well to follow us to right,
Yeah,
like,
plus like, subscribe.
subscribe,
Yeah,
and don't always fail to tell someone, to tell someone about ThankGod Properties Limited. So,
yeah.
Miss Beth, thank you. You look very
Thank
nice.
you.
So, thank you for joining me
Thank
today, and
you.
we'll all see you in our next
Next
episode.
episode.
See you, Les.